Hi everyone, this is Brenda from Mainly Hybrid Homesteading. Today I'm going to be sharing with you recipe number 3 from our Christmas cookie series, and we're going to be making some peanut butter fudge today. If you've ever struggled with making fudge, this is truly a no-fail recipe. I am going to be starting with 1 stick of butter, and you can use margarine if you prefer, 4 cups of sugar. And don't worry about writing this down. I will put it in the description box down below. And 1 cup of evaporated milk. So we are going to warm this up, get everything melted. On medium-low heat, we're just going to mix it all together. And we're going to get it to the boiling point. And then we are going to boil it for 5 minutes. And I will show you what the boiling looks like when we get there. I'm still working on recipes that will last for a few weeks, 3 to 4 weeks before I make the rest of my Christmas goodies. And so I'm just going to keep this in the fridge after I make it. And I have my buttered 9x13 pan ready to go, and all my other ingredients measured out, because once this gets boiling, and it goes pretty fast, you know, after the 5 minutes, and then you're going to add the rest of your ingredients. And one secret ingredient. So we're in our last minute of cooking here, guys. You can see how the sugar has been changing color and caramelizing. And going to get ready to add in our last ingredients. So just about 30 seconds left. We're going to be adding our peanut butter and our marshmallow fluff and our secret ingredient. I prefer to use the name brand marshmallow fluff. Just what I've always used to make my fudge. I've never tried like the marshmallow cream products. They may work fine, I don't know, but I don't dare take a chance because, oh, there we go. Okay, so we're going to shut off our burner, and normally I would take this off the heat, but with my gas stove it's not too big of an issue, but I limited on space here. So we have 1.5 cups of peanut butter, and just a tip to make it easier to take out, I usually use the same measuring cup that I measured my milk in. And that way it just slides right out. And then we have 1 cup of fluff. Make sure we get it all. And our secret ingredient is flour. So we have 2/3 cup of sifted flour. And we are going to stir this all together. This mixture is so hot that the peanut butter and the fluff are just going to melt. And the flour is getting stirred in at the same time. And you do want to make sure that you sift your flour, because you don't want any lumps of flour in there. So obviously this is not a gluten-free recipe. And after I put this in my buttered 9x13 pan, I'm going to let it cool to room temperature before I put it in the fridge, because I don't want to break my Pyrex pan. That would be too much of a temperature shock. Almost there. Smells so good. You can always add some nuts. Recipe said you can add a cup of nuts if you prefer, or even adding crunchy peanut butter would add just a little extra nuts in there. So we have our Pyrex baking dish, and this is very hot, so be careful. So just pouring it in there. And I'm sure Tim will be along shortly. He always seems to know when I'm making something, especially something sweet. He'll be along to sample the pan. And I can tell it's already setting up in the pan, just along the edges of the pan. So I know that it's gonna be just fine. Get a closer look here. Look at that. Perfect. So we'll let that, we'll refrigerate it, and we will cut it up into squares, and I'll store it in the fridge and add it to my cookie platters or baskets that I'll be making. So our fudge is all done. It's been cooling off, and actually I just let it cool off at room temperature, and I was able to cut it that way. And came out beautifully. This is truly a no-fail recipe. It's very easy to make. And I have been storing my fudge in the refrigerator. And I stored in my plasticware here, but I put layers of wax paper in between the layers of fudge so they don't stick together. And then I seal it with some press and seal plastic wrap. I love this stuff just to give it a little extra, keep the air out. And then it's good to go. You can store it in the fridge or the refrigerator. When you're ready to serve it, you can also leave it out at room temperature. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you try it. And if you like this video, please subscribe and share and like this video. Thank you for watching.